Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Happy International Women's Day. How exciting. And as usual, this woman is standing in a semi-dressing gown environment in order to teach everyone the iconic crystal face massages, which I think I have become slightly famous for. So if anyone wonders who I am Katie Brindle. I am an international woman, 007. I am founder of the Hey You Method and Hey You Fit. And I brought into the beauty world about 3 years ago these beautiful jade crystals, which became an iconic beauty bestseller, which has basically created a massive trend in the industry. And my lovely friends at the British Beauty Council have offered me to spend every morning this week at 9 o'clock, half an hour with you to teach you how to use these crystals and then how to go on and use some of the other award-winning products that we launched subsequently to coming into the market. And I think it's really important this week, actually, that we're doing this because it is a big day today. This is a female-led brand. I am the founder, and I offer this brand as an inspiration to every woman, not only in the instant 1 minute quick fix you're going to get from the product itself that really does work and actually solves a myriad of issues. It's going to make you look amazing. You don't need to buy another one, lasts forever, doesn't end up in a sea of plastic in the sea, and basically does a whole host of beautiful things for your skin. Not only that, this story is an example of women who have come through the ranks and created businesses and created employment for each other, managing to navigate their way through lockdown. And we will be going on to do an accreditation scheme for therapists as well to teach you how to use these amazing crystals in your treatments and hopefully navigate a bit of a COVID, any, God forbid, future COVID lockdowns, because you can teach these things online. So without further ado, what we're doing this morning is the iconic crystal facial. So this is why, as usual, I'm standing here with no makeup on, ready to show. So hello newbie, good morning. So the idea is to start with is you pick up the jade crystal, okay? And the great thing about this crystal is that you can use it in the shower. So you don't need to kind of like throw away all of the existing routine that you've got and then start again. The idea of this is that you can actually incorporate this into your existing routine with products that you already love to get the best results. So the first thing you'll notice when you pick up the Jade Restorer is it's cool to the touch. And this is because it's artisan made and very high quality jade. So the first thing you're going to do is use this in the shower in the morning when you're like, staggering into the bathroom. Grab that crystal. In fact, I'm going to show you two because the only thing better than one crystal is two. So the first thing is you just hold the crystal or two crystals under the eyes. And what you'll do is you'll notice just this lovely cooling effect on those poor tired eyes first thing in the morning when you're just waking up for the day ahead. And it's just really nice to just pat the crystals just kind of and give yourself a little bit of an eye massage. Very underestimated thing. It's not really something we do much in treatment, but my goodness me. Thank you, skin trainer. You just allow the crystals, you just kind of roll them. The great thing about these crystals is that they work with gua sha, they work with acupressure, but they also work with rolling. But unlike rollers that tend to squeak and fall apart, these, because they're flat-sided, they just last forever. They're pretty indestructible. The only thing I would say is if you've got a bathroom floor that's kind of, I don't know, tiled or wooden, then just make sure you put a towel down around you just in case it slips out your hand. I'm on a rug here, so like literally if I drop the crystal, it's totally okay. And that's what you want. Whereas if that was smashing to the ground, then you'd lose it. And we want you to keep these crystals. We don't want you buying them over and over again. We want you to buy one and then build up a collection like makeup brushes so that they become like your makeup brushes of skincare. So the first thing, that's all you're doing. You're just pressing over the eyes and just waking the eyes up. And then we get to the gua sha. So you're in the shower at this stage. So when you're in the shower, what you're going to do is just allow the water to go onto your face. But I'm not in the shower right now. So what I suggest you use if you don't want to use the shower is we've got the Hey You Beauty Oil. Now, this oil was designed specifically to work with gua sha crystals. When I launched this brand, all of the oils on the market were designed to be easily absorbed by the skin. Now, when they're easily absorbed by the skin, it means they're not really the ideal product to be using for gua sha facials. So I created an oil, which is the only one I think in the market, which is specifically to be working with the crystals. And that means it makes it a very nice accompaniment to your existing skincare. So either use them in the shower or use a nice oil. Now, the first thing that we do when we then move into the actual gua sha technique is we start by clearing the throat like this, which is just 6 sweeps. Just down the throat. You're just clearing any congested lymph, just allowing an exit for the areas of the face to go to once you've started to clear. Okay? Thank you saying that the oil smells lovely. It really does. It's got lotus and lang lang and frankincense in it. And all of the Wet Good products of the brand were designed to leave you feeling this all-important feeling, which is relaxed yet energized. This is how we need to feel. Most of us are feeling clapped out and exhausted, yet restless, okay? And what we need to feel is this lovely, relaxed yet energized, and all of the products are designed to leave you feeling like that. So the reason why I love using two is that it just gives you this lovely balanced feeling when you're working across the contours of the skin. And you just work along the jaw, easing out any gristly bits, any tension in the mouth. And remember, these are a massage tool just as much as anything else. So you can get to work just easing out any congestion that's sitting in the muscles. One thing to notice, your facial routine has vastly improved since using Hey You. Even the kids use the tapper now. I'm so glad. Birdhouse Beauty, that's wonderful. That is what I love to read. I love reading your stories about how you've used these products into your routine and that they're showing the difference, because they really do work. And that's what's so lovely about it. So just use the tool as a massage, okay? This is what's so lovely, is that these crystals feel amazing on your skin. They're not just delivering you these incredible results, which, you know, these products have won so many awards. I mean, we've won nearly 30 awards since we launched just under 3 years ago. That's a phenomenal amount of press coverage as well. Hence why I think the Beauty Council very kindly invited me to do a bit of a takeover this week to teach you about these brilliant products, because they really make a difference in 1 minute, which is what we all want. Modern international women don't have much longer than a minute to dedicate to all this stuff. You know, the kind of 17-stage Korean skincare is kind of not really on my agenda, I'm afraid. Most mornings I can't do that. So we're just sweeping and sculpting. And this is what you're going to get from the gua sha. It's going to give you this lovely lifted, sculpted look, which is what everyone's going nuts for. When you first use them, it looks like you've just gone for a really fresh walk, or you've had a really good night's sleep. That's what it looks like to start with. Slowly but surely, what then happens is the collagen and elastin of your skin start to build up. And then the skin gets this amazing kind of thick kind of quality that you see that mine's got here. You know, I'm 48 years old, I've got no makeup on, got no other products going on here. And you can see that the skin looks sort of dewy and fresh and kind of alive. And that's because when I'm constantly gua shaing it, which I'm doing a lot, it's endlessly drawing in this important microcirculation up into the surface of the skin, easing out the muscles, clearing the lymphatics, and increasing production of collagen and elastin. So that's why it works. It's such a simple technique. Now, this is the basic. That's basically what I do in the shower. Probably actually I do less than that in the shower each morning. But once you've come out of the shower, then you can take the facial, if you want to the next level. This is already enough. If you're in a busy morning, like sometimes I just don't have time, this is what I do. I'm in the shower with water and I do exactly what I've just shown you, okay? And that's it. And then I put some Trini makeup on and then I'm off, and then that's me for the day. But if you do have a bit longer, you can layer the crystals. Excuse me. This is not beer, by the way, guys. This is my morning cuppa. I normally teach Qigong on a Monday at 8 o'clock, and then I have my breakfast right now. So my body's kind of feeling a bit weird. It's going, oh, where's my cup of tea? Anyway, happy International Women's Day, everyone. So what we do now is we then move to the rose quartz, because the rose is the most amazing product for the morning, okay? So having used the jade in the shower, then what I'm doing is I come through to my bathroom, which is here. My shower's in a separate cubicle just there. And I do my normal skincare routine, which is I put some toner on and then I add the oil. And then I repeat the process with the rose quartz. Now, you can just not use the jade at all and just use rose quartz in the morning. But I have discovered for the best possible results, you really want to layer the crystals, okay? I always say start with the jade. If you're new to this, just get one jade restorer, okay? Just try one, because one is already going to make a massive difference, and it's going to allow you to trust me, because you're going to see that I'm right, and you're going to see the results, and you're going to go, oh my God, that's amazing. And then the reason what we like you to do is slowly but surely build a collection, because they are indeed like makeup brushes. And then once you get the hang of it, you will start to notice the incredible change in your skin. And once you've bought a product, you've got it forever. So slowly but surely, we hope that you're going to have maybe a couple of pairs of crystals, because the best results is when you mix the jade followed by the rose. Now, the reason why rose is such a brilliant tool first thing in the morning is rose quartz engages with the heart energy. Now, most of us know that, but the bit that we didn't know was that this heart energy at night is in the organs, kind of feeding and nourishing the organs at night. In the daytime, that energy moves up to the outside. And therefore, what you're wanting to do is engage with that process and further draw that lovely heart energy up into the skin. Because in Chinese medicine, the energy of your heart and the kindness of your soul is called the Shen. And that is what we really believe beauty to be, which is the goodness of the person shining through their skin, through their eyes, through their deeds. And that beauty for us is an exterior manifestation of what's going on the inside. So if you're a good person, which I hope you are, then by using these crystals to draw it out into the surface of the skin like this is going to do you a massive favor, because it's going to really get that beautiful energy kind of up into the surface of the skin. But for the very same reason, it's not advisable to use rose quartz at night. Now, these are the kind of bits of information that separate this brand, because we know how these products work really in depth, because all of these techniques have come from Chinese medicine. And that is indeed the kind of discipline that I've been learning for the last 20 years, so that we understand the nuances of what makes these crystals work. So the best results, jade followed by rose. Otherwise, if you're thinking, actually, I'm going to do this in the morning, go straight into the rose if you've got to make a decision, okay? So that's what I'm doing. Now, I'm really focusing on my eye area because it feels so lovely, and it's so good for hooded eyes, for that lovely wide-eyed feeling, crunching through these pressure points here, opening up, giving your lovely, rather than kind of like everything like that, just easing and toning everything up and out and just giving it that work. You can also use the crystals on the décolletage, hence why I'm standing here slightly in my negligee. So again, just put a bit more oil on your skin. Now, rose quartz is particularly good for the décolletage skin just here, because it's right by the heart. And that heart energy comes up through the chest like this. This is why I would say that it's been considered as part of beauty. So you just want to get your crystal and just work this area as part of your routine. It's very good for sun-damaged skin just here, of which mine very badly was back in my youth. We weren't quite so strict about sun cream as we are now, and didn't quite realise, so we were all bronzing ourselves. So basically you can see that lovely red flush appearing here on the chest. Now, this is very important, because what that's showing you is how the product works. Let me just tilt that ever so slightly. There, you can see that red flush. This is gua sha. Gua sha means press, stroke, flush, okay? And what that's going to do is just draw the circulation up into the surface of the skin. Okay, now anyone who's familiar with the brand, you will notice that by using the soft crystal on the body, you're only getting soft flushing. If you want to start going into the body restorer more for kind of pain and tension, that's a different technique, which we will come on to. You can also use that bit later in the week. So the other thing to say, guys, is that I will be coming every morning at 9 o'clock. I'm going to teach you how to get rid of cellulite. I'm going to teach you how to get yourself energized. We're going to deal with tension, hair loss, or beauty SOS. We're going to be doing a whole series of interesting topics to celebrate International Women's Day this morning, because there's nothing like celebrating a female brand this week, which is going to offer you a whole load of solutions so that you get to look your best, but not spend hours in the bathroom doing so. So just that is just allowing the chest to kind of come up. It's also lovely for just easing. Yes, Al's makeup, it is absolutely fascinating. And I tell you, if any of you are therapists, this is the most fantastic technique to add into what you're already doing. Okay, the results from gua sha facials are huge. So having used the basic restorers kind of to just get the whole base coat ready, that then takes me to the final stage of our little facial, which is with these precisions. Now these are pinpoint accuracy. Ba, 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 la, 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 la. Now what these do is they're designed to work into fine lines and wrinkles and specific kind of target points on the face, such as the 11s here, or the kind of sagging eyelids here, or the nasolabial groove, or lip lines here. And you might see a few tiny little marks here. This is when I was actually going for my skin last night, slightly too much with the precision, and therefore really brought the sha up overnight, which is totally okay to do, by the way, because that's what's giving me these amazing results. So you're going to get from the Beauty Restorer the most fantastic kind of dewy, radiant skin, which is going to slowly but surely start reversing. And we've got thousands of reviews on this. This is not just me kind of saying this. This is now established in the marketplace with the awards and with the trust pilots. So do have a look. The courses will be available as of May, guys. So if anybody is interested in signing up for our certification program, if you could just drop Catherine a note, which is Catherine_team KB, which is on here at the moment, then, and also Catherine, perhaps once this goes up, if you could just post yourself up there, we can keep a list and we'll let you know when the course is available. We're just finishing the accreditation right now. We're very excited about it. We're going to be doing it with Daniel Collins, the face yoga expert, and we will be having ongoing CPD from that too, so that you can really work the magic of these crystals into your skincare. So with the precision, you just go back over. The tool is designed to just work into the nooks and crannies of the face. Brilliant for those hooded eyelids just there. My eyelids are starting to hood, and now I just keep it all at bay doing this every day. And then you just, it's very good because like there's my liver line. That's a liver line in Chinese medicine. So instead of having that Botox, which I used to do, by the way, before I discovered this, you just ease it out. Now, the rose quartz, given that you're using this in the morning, you don't want to go too hard because you just want to bring up that soft flush like that, because that's just going to, this is the liver area here. So, and in Chinese medicine, the liver is responsible for anger and frustration and making decisions. So when you're sat at your desk going like this, you could be using the most expensive face cream in the world, but nothing is going to unpick that apart from accessing with the precisions and massaging the area, because what you're doing is unpicking the stress response. The stress takes blood away from the skin and puts it into the muscles for fight or flight. And then what happens is the face is a map of all of the different organs of the body. So as that liver gets involved in the stress response and gets angry and frustrated and starts dictating what you're doing, you are expressing that in your face. That is what's going on. That's why, and sort of an elderly face of ugly expression is considered unattractive, which is why we start Botoxing it all out. But I'm not saying don't Botox. I'm just saying this is an amazing alternative to kind of naturally lift the face. It's called the Eastern facelift by many members of the press, because what you're doing is you're unpicking the fact that the muscle has gone, the blood has gone into that muscle there, the expression has gone into the face, and then you end up like looking like that all the time, which we don't want. So just each morning and night, you just get those precisions and just ease them out. It's really good for up on the hairline. This is the kidney area in Chinese medicine. So by going up into the hairline, you're lifting the face. You're just giving it that low level red flush. This will go down literally in a matter of seconds. Okay, you'll see it go down just as I'm doing it. It's brilliant for lip lines. I had really bad lip lines here and they have almost gone. What you'll notice when you do this repeatedly is that they will soften. Okay, the lines will soften and eventually just sort of disappear altogether. They'll just sort of, they're just like, you'll see this one here, it just sort of goes. The line just sort of fades and then it's no longer there. It's the most amazing. Where do we get them from? It looks great. These are from the Hey You Method. The Hey You Method is my brand. I am the founder of the Hey You Method, which I'm very proud of. And the whole idea of the brand is 1 minute to self-care. We launched 3 years ago. We launched with the iconic Jade Gua Sha. which I started to talk about here. And this was the original product that won all the awards and got gua sha onto the map. And now we've extended it into other products. So the other thing about the precision is that you can just go over the whole of the skin. So if you're in clinic, this is a lovely thing to do on your patients. It's also a fantastic thing to do on yourself. It feels absolutely lovely. And I have to say, my 84-year-old stepmother is doing this and her skin is amazing. I must put a photo of her up because you will see it. She swears by doing this every morning. She does this, just goes over, because it's a very, very pleasurable sensation because it's such a fine little tool. And if you're interested, I will show you a really cool technique. So once you've kind of gone over it with the precision, you can then pick up the restorer and just use the flat like this to just, like a roller, to just soothe any redness, just any last little bits of circulation which are still up there, just calming it down. It's a really lovely sensation. And you just soothe it over like this. By the way, guys, I'm giving you the full 30-minute facial. I mean, you can literally do this in 1 minute, okay? And now what I will do is just show you a very good technique to get into these areas here and this area around the mouth. So what we do here is we do a little combination of the two tools, okay? This is so cool. So can I save this onto Hey Use Katie's? Yes, I will be putting this onto the British Beauty Council and then we will be copying it across, okay? The redness is literally going. I mean, it's kind of gone already. It will go in the next minute or so. But then what I'm showing you here is you can put the crystal in the mouth and you're like ironing out these areas that you're not too keen on, just like doing that. And just allowing the crystal to go into the area. Now, I normally do this at night with jade, okay? In fact, let me just do that. Because in the morning, I would stop there, okay? Because you don't really want to have like significant redness in the morning. It's done its job. It's giving you the most amazing basis for makeup, okay, and giving you this gorgeous kind of like lovely skin and just smooth the crystal over. Now, what I'll show you now is what I do at night, which is why I've got that tiny bit of redness here. This redness is good, okay? It's a bit like microdermabrasion. You're basically significantly increasing the circulation into the skin and therefore the skin is going into deep repair work, okay? Would I use Beyondstone? I prefer Beyondstone on the body, to be honest, and we will be discussing Beyondstone later in the year. I personally don't like using Beyondstone on the face. I think you get a much more nuanced effect with the lighter crystals, is my professional opinion on that. So at night, this is what I'm doing. This is why I've got little tiny bits of red floating around, because I do deeper work. You want to really bring the Shah up so that when you then go to sleep at night, that Shah then it gets repaired, because Shah means flush. And then what happens is, as you're sleeping, the body's repairing itself. So what's happening is the skin overnight, whilst you're asleep, is getting thicker and thicker and more unctuous, which is what's happened over the years with mine, which I'm very happy about. So to get to these lip lines, which were really bothering me, in you go, and you go over like this, and you want to bring up the red, okay? Like that. It's like you're ironing out the expression. And it's going to come up red, and that's totally okay. And then you take it into the lips like this. It's amazing for plumping the lips, but it's amazing as a treatment to start working and defining this area. So if you're working with someone who, say, has had Botox, that's fine for all up here. But what you often find is that the face kind of goes into two halves. You've got sort of this bit up here, which is all kind of Botox, and then this bit isn't. So what you want to do is use this down here to get this naturally plumping up so that you're kind of evening out the difference like that. I'll do the forehead and lines in a second, guys. And they're just working into the area, working into here, into all these little expression lines that you start to get, and around the lips, like that. Because I was getting like lip lines all the way around. I think it's from drinking tea, because they're like smoker lines, but I don't smoke. And I can only conclude it's from sipping countless cups of tea over the course of my 48 years. So just use the two tools like this to just go over the lip lines, and you'll find it will come up red. That's absolutely fine. You're going to bed. Remember, this is at night. Round it goes. Like that. Really easy to do. Yeah, you do it morning and evening, guys. So in the morning, use rose quartz, light and not too heavy. You're not doing this with the rose quartz, you're doing what I've just taught you. What I've done now is this is the night time when you want to get into that kind of deeper, like here, you can see it's coming up. And what you're doing is you're working deep. Look, can you see that red? That's what you're after. You're working deep into these expression lines and you're softening and softening and softening. And I promise you, if you look at my Instagram, you'll see I don't use filters or anything because I have no idea how to work my phone properly. So rather than just doing that, which is good, but when you do this, you're really working into those areas and it's going to make a massive difference. So, and again, I'll just swap tools. You just slide over like that with the tool, and this works like a roller but doesn't squeak and fall apart. Just means once you've bought one tool you can use it for a myriad of things. And guys, this is why we're doing the accreditation scheme, because it's amazing the amount of stuff that you can do with these crystals. It's way more than just this introduction, okay? It's amazing the amount of stuff you can do. And then if you're looking for forehead lifts and eyebrows, it's really easy. Look, can you see how that's going down just by me just sliding the crystal over? And then for the forehead, you're just lifting like this, just lifting and using the crystal. And it's lovely because it's a massage. This is what's so gorgeous there. My morning routine is quick. PM, I use more intense methods with the Jane the Precision. There, exactly. That's exactly. In the morning, I'm just literally doing what I showed you at the beginning of the feed, which was like la 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 la. You know, like 1-2 minutes. At night is where I'm doing the deep work on my skin. But guys, you can see how the redness is going down so quickly. My Instagram is Katie_Brindle, and the brand is called the Hey You Method. Okay. And it is definitely worth following them because we are deemed to be the market leaders in these techniques. We've always got new innovative products. And this week, courtesy of the Beauty Council, I am going to be teaching you a whole load of 1-minute techniques, which is going to protect you and your health and your beauty and do everything we can to work preventatively. So that's how we do the eyebrow lift and the forehead like that. Again, at night, if you've got like line like there, because this is what you'll notice is that I have my expressions, but the expression just fades. That's the thing. That's what you're after. And this bit of my body is ahead of this bit. Obviously, around my mouth, the deterioration on the skin is deeper because obviously we use this more. But it's building up as I've been teaching people to do it. I can't believe the results. I mean, these annoying lip lines that I had just there, and there, they're just going. And my lips were thinning like so many ladies do when you start to get a bit older. And I hated it. And that's why you can see lots of actresses and stuff and they sort of fill it all back up again. But you can see it doesn't look natural. But when you're doing this, it's like your face just goes back to how it used to be, okay? Do I practice TCM? Yes, I practice Chinese medicine, so I'm actually qualified in 5-element acupuncture. And I basically focused my clinic away from practicing acupuncture into the self-care arena, which is called Yang Sheng. And Yang Sheng is a bit like Ayurveda. It's the self-care aspect of Chinese medicine. So I started training and practicing Chinese medicine 20 years ago. I started doing massage and then added reflexology, and then I added acupuncture, and by which point I was then qualified as a Chinese medicine practitioner from KICM, which is the College of Integrated Chinese Medicine, which is the degree that you do. And then I've been teaching and advocating self-care ever since, created the brand, and kind of the rest is kind of history. Here I am bringing it to you. So the good news about this brand is that we started with the self-care aspect, which is people doing it for themselves at home. We are now finally moving into the arena of training therapists. So if any of you are interested in joining us to actually perhaps think about doing a training course in these amazing crystals, it really will revolutionize your skincare techniques because it adds a whole new dimension to getting the best results out of beauty. So I'll be here every day this week. Is the difference to using a new face? It's a huge difference. The thing is, crystals have a naturally resonating frequency. So you're using the crystals both in terms of holding the beautiful feeling on the skin and the impact that that's going to have on the energy of the body, and the rounded edge, which is giving you the press stroke technique with gua sha. Okay. And also you're massaging the face. So you're giving it a lovely, pleasing feeling. Okay, you're giving it a treatment, which is what people want. And where I'm seeing the beauty market going is that these are like the toothbrushes, okay, that you want your clients to use a toothbrush on a daily basis to keep the effects going. We're like, as the therapist, we're like the hygienists, okay, that basically they'd come and see us like weekly or however much they can afford to give a deeper treatment, okay, and then they go back to brushing their teeth again. So the idea of people doing it for themselves at home absolutely does not negate the value of the therapist. The therapist is there to work with the patient. And then if I may take this brand into the more preventative health arena that really it sits in, then in my opinion, we need to be doing for our bodies and beauty what we've been doing for our teeth for the last 100 years, which is the onus is on the person to do it for themselves, followed by the therapist to give them the deeper technique, and then ideally for the Western doctor, like the dentist, to be checking people on a yearly basis to make sure, or 6 months, just like we go to the dentist, and they check and they work preventatively, rather than us waiting for everything to break down and then going off to the doctor and then getting a bit confused. Either the Western medicine sorts it out, fantastic, or it hasn't, in which case then everyone sort of has to go from pillar to post. And the minute all of us can kind of get into that system, it makes much more sense for all of us, because everyone's kind of in the right spot and we're going to get amazing results. So you use it to gouache in your facials. Yay, I'm so glad, Joyce. It makes a massive difference. So Catherine, which is Catherine_Team KB, is there. If anyone's interested in joining us in this kind of like the shift that we're trying to create, then please let us know. And the accreditation scheme will be launching in May. We're really excited about it. But in the meantime, do try these crystals out. They make a massive difference to how you look. They have not won all these awards and had all this coverage for nothing. They really do the trick. And what I'm so proud with them is that you only need to buy them once. Okay, put a towel down in case they slip out your hand. If you drop them on a towel, they will be fine. Look, here I am on my rug. There, it's absolutely fine, okay? We don't want you to be smashing them and breaking them. Keep them, and then you've got them for a lifetime. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I will be back tomorrow talking to you about how to energize the body using a rather interesting tool called the Body Tapper. So thank you so much, British Beauty Council, for having me on this morning. Have a wonderful International Women's Day, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow.